Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara, coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada, and I have been tagged! Ah! No, that's not anything painful. I have been tagged in the coloring tag that has been started by Lisa Loves, and she's one of my favorite channels to watch, and I will leave her link down below so you can see where this originates from. So there's 8 questions, pretty much simple ones, nothing too complicated. So Lisa's general thoughts, you can listen to her and hear herself say it, but her general thoughts are that with being a newbie to ColorTube, that it would be nice for us all to kind of get to know each other a little bit. Now that we've got a lot of new colorists coming in at this time, and of course there's all the pros who've been here for years, so it'd be nice to just get to know each other a little bit. How about our coloring and our tastes and things? Myself, I've been a color tuber for a very little time, since March. I have colored for many years, and I've been a YouTuber since for many years too, just not doing coloring. So let's get off to the 8 questions. I have printed them out for myself and jotted down my answers so I would know when I got to them. So the first one says, to introduce the coloring book or books that you are currently working in. Well, I always only work in one book at a time. I'm not a whipper. I can't leave a whip, so I don't have a bunch of those around me. When I start something, I expect it to get done. And I guess that's one reason why I never do anything big or complicated enough that it will take me weeks to do. So this is the book that I'm currently working in, and it's my my newest color by number book. I'm not going to show you my picture because those will come up at in a few days, and my finished pages book. But by the time I upload this, which once I've done all the whatchamacallit, uploading and converting or whatever it does to get onto YouTube and go live, I will probably be done that. And this is the next book that I have lined up. This is 100 magical patterns. I feel like doing some patterns, but I'm not into doing anything too complicated right now because I've been having an awful lot of pain these last few days, since the weekend anyways, and up to now. So these are right up my alley, and that's what I'll work in next. I know I'm at least going to do 2. We'll see what happens after that. So the next one was, name your top 3 illustrators. Well, I've got to tell you, when you ask me that, it's like asking me what are my top 3 authors, and the answer's always going to change. It always depends at the moment in time that you're asking me. But currently, my top favorite illustrators are, firstly is Camelia Angelkova, and she does mandala books, and these are the ones that I have so far. I only have 4. It feels like I have a lot more. Maybe I've got some in my bought books. I don't know. But she has a ton of books, and I intend on getting them all. I just love them. She has books with no theme, and then she has themed books, and she's got books with 50 mandalas in it. She's got books with 101 mandalas in it, and no double pages. So they're great, and her work is just wonderful. It doesn't matter how many mandalas she draws, she comes up with something new and exciting and different. I'll just give you a quick little flip of the triangle mandalas. So they range from easy to intricate, something for everybody in there. Plus she does have some easy beginner books. Just recently, this last year, she's been doing some books that are different. They don't have anything to do with mandalas. There's a fairy book, a dragon book, and I'm thinking unicorn. So those are just fantasy related and not really what I'm interested in. I like her mandalas. Then the second person who was is a favorite illustrator came up right away in my mind because this person has been on my mind a lot lately. What the heck did I do with her books? Oh, there they are. And I've only found out about her a couple of months ago. So I currently have these 2 books, and I have 3 more of this. This is her Color Me series, which she did first. And let me tell you who she is. Angela Porter. And she does, as you can see from the beginning of this book, she does patterns. And she does all sorts of weird and wonderful and Zentangly types of patterns. She starts with mandalas, regular patterns, and then she goes on to doing all sorts of like landscapey stuff. I guess I better flip this way. So those are some of her mandalas, and then some of her patterns, and then here we can see getting a little bit more complicated. But these books in general, her Color Me series, aren't that difficult. This is about the difficultest you'll see in that. But she also has a set of Creative Haven books called Entangled, and this is her latest one, Entangled Forest, and it has forest scenes for you to color. I can't see too much when you're looking at them straight on, but when you see these colored up, they are just absolutely gorgeous. So we've got a forest scene here. There's a mandala. She always has some mandalas thrown in, and here again, it's a forest. And yeah, I'm not going to point out what they are because you never know until you get in there what you're looking at. But yeah, these are great. I can't wait to get started on one of these. And so, since I'm so fascinated with her, I belong to her Facebook group, and she gives out a free picture at the beginning of every month for us to do as well, and I'm just absolutely fascinated with her. So at the moment she is number 2 of my favorite authors. And then this was a point where I wanted to say, can Jade Summer count? And then I was like, no, I can't count Jade Summer. They are a they, not a she. So now this is somebody, the third person is somebody who's been a favorite author for a very long time. Or illustrator, I should say. And that is Fabiana Attanasio. Or, sorry, yeah, that's right. Fabiana Attanasio. And she is an Italian illustrator, and she did a set of, I believe, 4 fairy tale books. And each one follows the story from beginning to end, and she has a really beautiful, crisp line art style, but she's got lots of flowers and swirls and divided up little parts like that, if you want to call them tangled or not. But you know, realistic stuff here. It's just a combination of everything I really like, and I think her pictures are just absolutely beautiful. I haven't done much of her work because I spent a long time just looking at these books and not really being brave enough to to color in them. But I have since I started Color Your Hoard. And the last thing that's in every book, and this one's still taped up, is a full-size poster, and I mean a huge size poster. So I've got Peter Pan, Snow White, Alice in Wonderland, and The Adventures of Pinocchio. And this is the one that I colored in. I did the title page, and then I did a page just a little bit further on. I think I might have used gel pens for. Yes, this one. I did the silhouette with acrylic paint, and then I did the whole outside in gel pens just to get myself started in the book. So I'll show you the poster because I actually started working on one a few nights ago, if you can believe that. Now I can't show you much because you take into here, it's large, and then it's over on this side, and then it's that big again. It opens up and folds out. So it's 4 times the size of that. And all I've done so far is the little bit at the circus, which I decided to do in primary colors. So that's going to be an evening color when I have nothing else to do. So that's the answer to my top 3 illustrators. What is your favorite type of coloring to do? And immediately my answer is color by number. And I think if you watch my shows, my videos, you will see that I do a lot of color by number, and I talk a lot about color by number. Followed quickly behind that is patterns and grayscale. Your favorite coloring medium is alcohol markers. I think you know that too, because pretty much the only thing you'll ever see me working with on camera, or have, the little bit that I do. Though quickly followed up behind that is watercolors. I used to do a lot of watercoloring in my mixed media work, and I love working with them, but I haven't made the move over to color books yet, and that's something that I'm working on. Over the next couple of months or so, I hope to have moved that media over into my coloring books. So number 1 answer is alcohol markers. My least favorite coloring medium, and that's pretty easy too, and that's pencil crayons. And that's simply because they take too long to work with. I do not want to sit down and look at a picture and know that it's going to take me 3 days to do. I like to look down, sit at a picture, and know that in an hour and a half to 2 hours I'll be done. I just don't have the patience for pencil crayons. But that said, I do use pencil crayons. Occasionally, every now and then, it just hits me. I get in the mood, and I'll do it. I do use Gamsol when I'm using pencil crayons most of the time. I'm a straight colorist, but I do use the blending tool to kind of smooth out the pigment. And pencil crayons does not include water-soluble pencils. Those I like a lot. So, next one is, how many coloring books have you completed? Well, this month I filmed my 5th finished coloring book. All 5 of my books have been color by number books, but I'm coming up to being able to pick a book that's not a color by number soon that I'm going to finish. I pick one every month, so I either have to have enough done in it that I can finish it in the month, or it has to be a thin book that I can finish in a month. What's next question? What is your favorite coloring book series? So for this one, coloring book series, I thought, can I count Jade Summer? But darn it, no, I can't. They're not an illustrator. They're not a series. They're a publisher. Why was that question not on there? Alright, so what is my favorite coloring series? I don't know whether you would call this a series or a type of coloring, but my favorite series is the French Coloriage Mystère books. And I have quite a lot of them, and I intend on getting every single one I can get my hands on. But I just thought I'd show you that they come in all shapes and sizes and all different formats. This is the normal format of a big Coloriage Mystère. They are double-sided pages, and Disney has a whole section of them. There are books like this that are not Disney themed. They're just general. There's even one of them has even been translated into an American edition, And that's what we get out of this, except that we got horribly thin paper in it. Then we have mini ones like this, and these ones have themes. This is one of the ones that's not Disney themed. So this is just Zen. And these are small pictures that go like this. That's a little bit dark to see. It's kind of overcast today. Hold it down. Yeah, these are awesome. These little ones, they look so realistic. I think we might need more light in here, but can you see that Buddha? I just love it. It is so bright in front of me. And then here's a temple. Isn't that wonderful? And I can't show you the next one because it's for this month. And then they even have little pixelated books. And these ones are aimed at kids, but that never stopped me. So yeah, I've been working on this one too. So that's my favorite series of books. And the final question is, how many coloring books do you have in your collection? About. If you're one of those people who keeps track and has an exact number to the decimal point of how many coloring books you have, then go ahead and say it. I have my books on shelves, so I did a guesstimate where I picked one of the full shelves that had both skinny and fat books on it, counted how many books were on that shelf, and then multiplied that by how many full shelves and half shelves full I had. And I came out with the guesstimate of 185. So 185 books. Since I've heard that there are people out there with thousands of coloring books, I don't feel like I have a very big stash, shall we call it. Of course, there are people who are just starting and they might have like 45, and to them my 185 might sound astronomical, but I feel good and comfy with my collection because I'm really working towards my books being books that I want, and not books that I just pick up because they're the hot one at the moment, or that I pick up because they're on sale and like, oh, it's $1, so I have to buy it. Not doing that anymore. I'm making sure the book fits into my collection and that I really do like it. So I have lots of plans on increasing this collection as it stands right now at 185. Now I'm going to tag 3 people, if I can find my sheet where I wrote them down. I'm going to tag 3 people to do this coloring tag themselves, and if I don't tag you, go ahead and do one anyways. You know, you don't have to be tagged. You don't have to sit around waiting for somebody to tag you. Just jump in and do it, but tag 3 people at the end too. And let's all put Lisa's name and link at the beginning of our description there, so that she gets credit for starting this. And so the 3 people that I'm going to tag is Samantha Marie Oswald, consider yourself tagged. Zoe Archer, consider yourself tagged. Stitching Colorist, consider yourself tagged. And there you go. I hope you found out a little bit more about me that you didn't know before, and I look forward to getting to know the rest of you who I don't know too much about. And I think the tag for this is going to be coloring tag 2019. Hey, in the meantime, until next time, bye!